Good day to everyone. I'm about to start some work. I have done some parts of it already, but then I thought to myself, someone can benefit from this DIY in a change in a faucet. I have a faucet that is broken. The tap is broken, and I thought that it would be beneficial for someone to see me change this one, and that would empower you to change yours also. So let's go back up to show you what is the problem up here. We have this part of it that is broken, and therefore it is not possible for us to get the hot water, to run the hot water, so it becomes necessary to change the entire faucet. So we start from right underneath here to release the top. We're also going to install a brand new water heater. So all of that we're going to accomplish right now. So let's get started. All right, so we need to come right up here and loosen these fittings right here. And it's kind of cumbersome, but I'm gonna have to get my bowl just in case I have any leak. Okay, it's been a while since these pipes were in use, so I don't really expect any water out of them per se. We're gonna go to the other side. I think it's something that plumbers go through, is having to work in these narrow spaces. Unfortunately, the lighting on the zinc was very, very poor. So it was very much impossible for you to see the different parts of the faucet that had to be removed. The first part that was removed, though, was the water hose leading to the hot water tap and the cold water tap. Right above the hose fitting, we have the two knobs, each connected to one of the taps. And once those are removed, then it would then be possible for you to release, to have the faucet released from the face basin. So those must be released. If you're having any difficulty turning them, I was actually using a tool to tap the groove, because there are some grooves on those knobs, on those two knobs. Once I used my hammer and tapped them, then I was able to release them. So that was my method of loosening them up. Oh, did you hear that? But I think it's the part that is broken, that fell off. So the faucet is loosened up, but now we need to take out the choke. That's the choke right here. Right. If yours is one of them that has threading, you would unscrew it. And now we can just lift that up, right? We just lift that up like that. You can see down back into it. All right, so the other issue now is to have this, because this also is broken, is to have this replaced. In either case, it had to be replaced because the fitting is completely different. All right, to get out the drain, we need to loosen the nut right here. So the idea here is to screw this all the way down. We have to remove all of this because this has to pass off of this so that we can pull this part of the pipe from the top, right? So let's loosen these also. It should be dry also because it's been a while since this pipe was not used, so I'd expect this to have water. Okay, just a little bit. Let me go and throw it out. So I'm gonna put that there. This has to come off also because all of this, well, from here, has to pass through the top. All right. Take this off. Each tap comes with its own drain, this part of it, so we do not have to use back this. So now we need to bring this all the way off. Okay. And this is, though we're not going to use back this, we still have to take it off because it's the only way of getting that out. So we take it off here, and there you go. That's how you remove, so you can start afresh. Our new faucet has all that we need, and this is the one I'm going to replace it with. Let's see. All right, so we have, I usually refer to these as washer. I don't know if that's what everybody calls it. So faucet there. Then we have the drain, which we were talking about just now, which is this part of it. We have the new one. So let's install the new one. And to install the new one, we have several pads. This is to control the choke so that when you want to close the faucet, so you can run water and accumulate water so that you can close it to have that done. And this is how what you would use to control it. We're going to now put in the drain, and to do that we are going to put this from underneath to come through the top. And then we're going to just screw it on. Oh, simple as that. So that's in. And now we go back underneath to finish up the work underneath. We are now ready to reconnect, or I should say connect the new faucet. And I have to beg for your forgiveness. For some reason my camera is fuzzy and I don't know what is causing that. I'm going to still try to do the recording and hope that it comes out clear enough for someone to see what to do. But for no reason, I should say, the camera just is out of focus and I don't know how to get it back in focus. All right, so this is where we start. We're going to put this on top. And this is more like a washer to help with the water, to help to prevent any leakage. All right. That's how that belongs. And of course, we put it from the top. Make sure it's positioned at the top. It's easy when you're doing this, I usually call this a choke stick. I don't know what is the proper name when this is in, because you can hold on to this while you tighten the faucet. So let's put that in. That gives a little bit of grip. This is the first part that needs to go on, because this is what is tightening the faucet to the face basin. So let's put this on first. All right. And let's put the second one on. And now we are going to connect our water. So hot water going to the hot water tap, and our cold water going to the cold water tap. We're going to connect our choke at this time. This is the choke stick. The top part of the choke that's coming down through the faucet is going to come through this hole, or these two holes, and we're going to tighten it with that. We are going to connect this part of it and lock it there, and this is the part that's going to be on our drain. So let's do that now. It's aligning now. All right. And we will connect it. That's okay. We can do that afterwards. Let's lock it to get the proper length. I really wish that the camera could have been on the hip for you to see. So we're locking. We're making sure everything is tight now. I don't necessarily want to tighten these things too much, as if they're not going to have to come back off. I want them to be tightened, not to leak, but not necessarily to be brutal when it's time to repair. Now we're going to connect back everything. Sorry, upside down. All right, that's all nicely done. All right, so choke is working, as you can see also. Our next task for today is to install our water heater. Now I got a new water heater because the other heater that was here did not have the dial, so you could not regulate the warmth of the water. And there were times when the water was extremely hot, another time when it was extremely cold, and it was like very, very frustrating taking a shower. So I took that out a while now, and I finally purchased a water heater which could be regulated because it has a dial. So let's hook that up. And what I have already done, as I took a small break, I went ahead and I put my screws in already because I didn't want that to take up too much of our time. The unit comes with a template. So we have some instructions. We have the template. This is a template that you would use for your screws to have the screws in the right place so that whenever it's time for you to install that, it lines up properly. Okay. All right, so we have the inlet and we have the outlet for your connections. Thankfully, I don't have to go through some of the stress because I already have the plumbing part of it done. I already did the plumbing from, as I said, when the other heater was there. So thankfully, it's just the connecting. The hardest part would just be to do the electrical part, which we're going to do now. All right, so we're going to put on our fitting, and this comes, it's one on this side and one on the other side. It comes with a washer, so we're going to make sure we put our washer in. It's a metal fitting that comes with the unit, and we're going to put that on. When you have a washer, it makes it much easier to do your connection without any leakage. And I don't think I have to try too hard because of the washer. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to loosen some screws that are there. You see the screws are now loosened. You will see the two small screws. These are the holes that they came out of. I'm cutting out some parts so that we don't be too long here. And you open up your unit. This is your unit. This is what it looks like. We have two circuits here. We have two circuits and we have our grounding. So let's find wires that we are going to connect this to be controlled from the breaker box. As I said, we had a water heater here already, so the wiring part of it is already done. So now we just have to be wise enough, have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to electricity, which I do, to connect. We have 3 wires, and I showed you the 2 circuits along with the grounding. The white is grounding. The first thing that we need to do is we need to pass all 3 wires through the space right here provided for them to go through. So we are going to put these together. Okay, this makes it so much easier, right? You just put that out of the way right there. And now we have 2 white, they're both black. And you can literally put any one to any one of the circuits. It really doesn't matter. All right. So let's connect. You can see the 2 holes in there. 1, 2. And as I said, you can put any one of the wires to any. Once it is in snugly. And we tighten the first one. And when I say first, it's not because of sequence. It's simply because that's where the first wire was pushed in. I don't want you to be left feeling as if that one is number 1 and you have to connect that one first. No. It happens to be the first wire, the area where the wire went in first. That's all that it is. All right. Okay, and that's all to it. That is literally all to it. We're gonna now connect the pipes following the instructions on the outside. Make sure. Put them back in our screws. mirror. This is the hot water. So the hot water is supposed to be on the outlet, because what is happening is that the cold water is going into the unit, heating up in the unit and coming out. So the inlet is cold and the outlet is hot. This is the hot water pipe, so this goes to the outlet. And from here it goes up to the tap. So you get your hot water. And this is the cold water pipe. And it goes to the inlet. Good. I feel I should tighten these just a little bit more. You don't want to over tighten them. Let's hang it now. I'll power up. Good. That's the thing. Once you follow the instructions, to punch your holes, you're not going to have any problem. And I'm going to put on the dial now. Okay. All right, this is the big test right now. First thing is my water test to see if I have any leak. I'm hearing water flowing. That's good. I'm loving that. Did you hear that water flowing? All right, that's on. That's on. I am not seeing any leak so far. Let's turn on to all. Okay, there's a small leak right here, so we have to tighten that, or we would have to, okay, there's a small leak there. I'm gonna first test to make sure that I have electricity before I become concerned about anything else, because the leak is really small. I can always tighten. It's just a pipe to be tightened. Okay, so there's no leak on that side, just on this side, just on the cold water. All right, the next great test, you notice I'm pressing and there's no electricity. So the next test would be me putting on the electricity and see what happens. Our switch is on. Let's see. Yes, and there we have power. We have power. That's on. It's now at 110. I am going to set it at about 119. 119, 120. That should be a good temperature for a nice warm bath. All right. So we have confirmed that the electrical is working, and now we are going to confirm that we have running water. Let's see if we're going to get some heat. Oh yes, there we go. It's warm and nice. Nice. Wow. That is so good. And we have the coal also. There you go. Well, thank you so much for joining me for the last few moments as we replace our faucet and install a new water heater. I thank you so much for being with me. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And see you some other time on another episode of Vintage to Sewing Time. Bye for now. I'm Petran.